Hi everyone, my name is Lucy Brancoli, and today I'm going to be talking about how I revised my essay analyzing Michelle Obama's DNC speech this year. And my first step of revision is kind of going over the grammatical errors that I made, and I found that grammatical errors is kind of my biggest sector of revision. I think that I make a lot of stupid mistakes, and then when I skim through my essay at the end, I don't really go through as thoroughly as I should, and so I had a lot of spelling errors, misuse of commas, missed commas, run-on sentences, and things like that. So the first step of anything is just going back through and fixing all of those little things, especially sentence structure, because it becomes really hard to understand what you're trying to say when the sentence structure is all messed up. So after I go back through and fix all that, I kind of go and look at the organization of my content. So it's hard to kind of follow her speech as the content of her speech along with how she speaks and analyzing that part of it. So I think my second step was kind of blending those two together and stitching them in a way that isn't blatantly one thing or the other, and so it doesn't feel blockish or separated. So going back through and kind of using sentences to blend that, as well as more politically elevated jargon and diction in my work. I think that my last essay just didn't have as sophisticated diction as it could have had. For a scholarly type paper, you should use a lot of precise and sophisticated language, and I don't think my essay completely and accurately represented what I was capable of there. So I went back through and used a few more words that were probably more suited for this type of paper. And then after I did all that and reviewed it, I kind of sat back and thought about what I can improve on, and I think my biggest weaknesses are probably my grammatical and my sentence structure. I don't think that I always think it through, and I kind of just type all my thoughts on a piece of paper and then hope that works and turn it in, when my strength is I understand and I get really excited about my topics. And I think that the biggest thing I can do is kind of slow down, reread, go through, and just make everything simpler and more sophisticated, so better use of diction and correct grammar, because that's always the most important. So my biggest goal for improving my papers and my writing is that grammar and sentence structure and things, and I think the best way to do that is exposing yourself to more accurate and scholarly writing. So through more reading and exposure and listening to speeches and things like that will help me become more comfortable with the subject matter. So I think that is kind of my goal for myself as a college student, as a writer, as a undergraduate student. So I think that going to a research-based university will really help, reading a lot of research papers and things like that. So I'm really excited to work on it, and thank you guys for watching. See you later. Bye.